Good morning.
Well, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hey, how about them Seahawks? Woo! All right. Hey, we got the orders list, everyone. Good morning. We are Washington Gun Law. We got a few minutes late to jump on it. We wanted to get through the orders list and do some stuff real quick. We're going to go through it together. It is orders list January 2026. Now, real quick, everyone. Hey, we got a lot of nothing burgers that happen on this calendar, but here's the problem that I want you all to be aware of, and it's this. Our next conference is not until February 20th. So the big problem we have here is that if we have a case that is not accepted for review, there's a good chance that even if it's accepted later, we're going to end up in a situation where that's going to be in next year's term. So really, it's kind of a now or never for this year's term. The cases that we're all going to be looking at for today include Duncan v. Bonta, one of our big magazine ban cases. We're going to take a look for Gators Customs Guns for State of Washington, another huge magazine ban case. We got two assault weapon ban cases that we got to look out for today, which is Viramontes v. Cook County, and making its first appearance on the calendar, National Association for Gun Rights versus Lamont. We got a bunch of challenges to 18 United States Code Section 922 G1. We'll talk about some of that in a little bit. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and pull up the orders list here and start doing some quick searches. And I appreciate all of you. There is no Duncan listed on here whatsoever, so we do not have to worry about that. There is no Duncan in here. Let's check for Gators. And this is the... Well, we got no Gators. So no Duncan v. Bonta. No Gators Custom Guns from Washington State. We're going to check for Viramontes now to see if Viramontes is on the list. It appears that it is not. So we have no Viramontes on this list. So this is going to be a relist. NAGR versus Lamont. We got nothing there either. Now, there are a bunch of other cases out there as I switch back over to the studio here. There are a bunch of other cases. And I don't know if you guys caught this last week. We did a live thing from Las Vegas. We were late getting that one started too, by the way. I apologize. I don't know if you guys caught this, but last week, January 20th, was absolute just the death day for a whole bunch of cases that had been 922 G1 challenges. We had been talking for a long time that all of these felon with firearm cases were going to just pile up. And then at one point, probably right after Hamani, there would be this massive GVR. That massive GVR is probably not going to occur because there was probably about 40 922 G1 cases that had been just completely chopped by the United States Supreme Court. So we don't have as many of those. We do have a couple of 922 G1 cases we need to check for, though. One is Vincent v. Bondi, and the other one is Thompson versus United States. We're going to actually go ahead and check for those real quick. There we go. And what I mean by young adult cases is 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. So we had these 3 cases on conference on November 14th, way back in November 14th. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to this because here are the cases. All right, so there was West Virginia Citizens Defense League versus ATF. There was a case called Paris v. Lara, and there was a case called NRA v. Glass. To date, none of those cases have reappeared on an orders list, nor have they reappeared on a conference schedule. So we have basically 3 of these rather important cases, all involving a very important issue, that have just kind of disappeared on us. So we are going to check the orders list on those today as well, because I want to see what, if anything, is happening with that. Paris is not there. Glass is not there. And West Virginia Citizens Defense League is not there. So we got a whole lot of nothing, everyone. We got a whole lot of nothing. The only case that was granted on this order is the case of Salazar versus Paramount Global. Wow. Don't know what it's about. Probably doesn't involve anything that matters to us. So that is the only case that has been accepted. So once again, Salazar v. Paramount's the one case that's accepted. Duncan will be a relist. Gators will be a relist. Viramontes will be a relist. Lamont will be a relist. All of the young adult cases continue on. Who knows when we're ever going to hear from that. And then we got a couple of 922 G1 cases, and those will be a relist as well. So that's what's happening. Today's video later on is going to, again, have to do with more of the dumpster fire that is the state of Minnesota. They are the gift that keeps on giving for content creators, I will tell you that. For those of you who I got to meet at SHOT Show, first of all, still trying to get my voice recovered, but I had lots of people come by in the 4 days I was down there at SHOT Show. I want to thank everyone for taking time to come by and say hi to Washington Gun Law. I really want to thank all of you who've been continuing to tune in and support the channel. I especially want to thank all of you who are crazy enough to get up super early on a Monday morning, especially out here on the West Coast, and actually listen to some YouTube guy tell you about what just happened at the United States Supreme Court, and that something is usually a whole lot of nothing. So I hope all of you have a totally awesome work week. We'll be back later today with a video. We'll be back live. I think our next live event scheduled right now will be the second Monday of February, and that's going to be Behind Enemy Lines with Costa tomorrow. So everyone have a great week. Go Hawks. Stay safe out there.